Hello, everybody! Yay! This is Dr. Madiha Saeed. I am a board-certified integrative holistic family physician, and I am here live with you like we do every Wednesday. I would love when you jump on, tell me where you're from, what you up to. I love to hear, look, Sundar Sala is watching. Assalamualaikum, hello. We want to know where you're from, what you're up to. This is Abdullah, and we have been doing Facebook Lives together. It's been so much fun because he's a wealth of information. He has so much information, and he's the one that told me, let's share it together. I'm like, yay, let's do it, woohoo! So, how old are you, Abdullah?
11.
So he gets his dad's side of the quiet, so we're very balanced that way. So I love it. Thank you guys for the heart love. I want to know where you guys are watching from. We'll just wait a couple seconds while people jump on. This is exciting stuff. But in the meantime, again, I am a board certified family physician, and I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. I have multiple chronic conditions that sort of kept me stuck. And Alyssa says hi. That literally kept me stuck. And I really needed to get to the core of the underlying root causes. Because again, I had all of these symptoms, but no one was looking at the underlying root cause. And that is... What is the underlying root cause of disease?
Underlying root cause is inflammation.
Inflammation. I knew it was there. He's reading the comments. Alyssa's from Ohio. Hi, Alyssa. That's awesome. And so, again, if you're just jumping on, thank you guys. We're honored for your time. We want give you some heart love. If you think Abdullah's pretty cute. No, So, so please let us know where you're from and where you're watching from. So that's, yes, Stephanie. Excellent. So we are going to be talking about the fact we have been talking about in the last couple of years. I've been slowly just putting it out there. But because I'm a family physician, we all know as doctors that inflammation is the root of your chronic conditions. But as doctors, we're not really taught about how to address inflammation, really just how to symptomatically treat inflammation. And before this, we have been talking a lot about the foundations of good health, because if imbalanced, those pieces can lead to inflammation, and if imbalanced, can cause chronic disease. So, Abdullah, what are those pieces of inflammation? So, Abdullah's going to go through that with you again.
Well, the pieces of inflammation are you have to have gratitude.
So, because if you live in a negative environment, that can cause a lot of inflammation and problems.
And then you have social health. And then
what's social health?
Social health is
keep people around you that hate you.
No. that lift you up, not drag you down.
Okay.
And then there's sleep. You have to get good sleep. Stress management.
Right.
And then there's detoxification, good food, and healthy gut.
Healthy gut. So all of these pieces, if put back into balance, you can heal not one symptom, but then all of them simultaneously. So we talked about each one of these pieces. You can go back into the videos we have done previously to talk about that. Because today we're going to talk about supplementation. Now there's a lot of supplements out there, right? We spend a lot of time at Whole Foods and Fruitful Yield and other nutrition stores. There's a lot of supplements?
Yeah.
Right. But do we take a lot of supplements?
No.
Yeah. So that is what I really want to let you guys know. Is that so I wrote in my book called The Holistic RX, Your Guide to Healing Chronic Inflammation and Disease. I have sort of I've gone through a lot of information and study and research on supplements. But this is where we're going to talk about the quick overview of supplements, because of the fact that living a healthy lifestyle is key. And that's what I really want to reiterate over and over and over and tell you guys, that living a healthy lifestyle, boosting your immunity always starts with diet, and that can't be replaced. But supplements, because of the fact that our conventional and commercial farming practices, and then because the American diet is so full of like processed foods and is low in microbiome diversity and things like that, we're just not getting the nutrients that we need. So therefore, this is where I just add some supplements just to, give yourself the boost that it needs to expedite healing. And because nutritional deficiencies actually can interfere you from getting better. And so it's those main ones that I do, and we're going to talk about that, right? But the main ones that we talk about are, the really key pieces. And not everybody needs supplementation, but there are people that do. And especially if you are dealing with a lot of chronic conditions, or if you're eating the standard American diet, all of those pieces, right, really make a big difference, if that's right. But, okay, let us figure out all these supplements. So the people that need supplements, right, because medications, right?
Yeah.
Like what medications, Abdullah?
Like medications,
Do you know? I'm gonna put them on the spot. So like proton pump inhibitors, or if you're on anti-anxiety. So think about this, you guys. So medications can lead to deficiencies. So medications like we have proton pump inhibitors, which are your antacid. Those actually cause depletion of the bacterial flora, calcium, digestive enzymes, folic acid, B12, C, D, E, K, biotin, zinc, I can go on and on and on. Then we have anti-anxiety pills, and anti-anxiety pills actually diminish melatonin, right? If you can't sleep and then you're taking it's craziness. And then we have antidepressants like SSRIs. They actually diminish melatonin, iodine, selenium, folate. So all of those symptoms, and remember, again, you're so diminished in those. Then we have birth control pills. Birth control pills diminish vitamin B2, B5, B6, folate, B12, magnesium, zinc, vitamin C, all those craziness, right? And then albuterol. So there's all of these drugs, especially if you're taking your anti-diabetic drugs. They diminish CoQ10, which is really necessary for your body to function. Vitamin B12, metformin even depletes B9, B12, and then insulin in of itself depletes magnesium. So the list goes on and on and on. And I have a complete list in my book, but it's really important to make sure that you are, eating enough, because the fact that the people that need it, right? Who else needs these vitamins, Abdullah?
Well, other people that need these vitamins are people like the elderly.
Yes, because the fact that they're not getting, they're not probably eating enough.
Yeah.
They have a reduced appetite. And then who else?
Who else is people who are eating calorie and all those kind of stuff? They're going to be like, I need something. I need some, I want some of these. Because
of the fact that they're getting, there's tons of, he's talking about the calorie restrictive diets. People are on that. People who have gut issues.
Yeah.
People who are eating stressed. Good job. Who else?
Other people
I'll help them out there. Women that need more, pregnant women, and then those people on a vegetarian, vegan diet. Also, people who are eating a lot amount of processed foods, because sugar, refined grains, and hydrogenated oils actually deplete nutrients. So those people, basically, okay, you do fit that category? I think most people fit that category, right? So what we want to do is, now remember, not all supplements are created equal. And we need to make sure the things that you look for in a supplement are you want to make sure that, because you have to remember that unlike prescription medications, the FDA doesn't really define, like it doesn't really determine whether a supplement is effective or not before they're actually marketed and sold to the public. What's really important, but then there are like good supplements out there. So for example, before you start to look, you want to make sure that there's some sort of USP or GMP, which is basically good manufacturing practices that you can find on these supplements. And then you want to make sure that you buy them from a really legit source. I go to nutrition stores. You can talk to your doctor, local doctor, to see what, which sources those are. But another key piece is that you want to make sure that there's no really additives or synthetic ingredients. I cannot tell you how many times that in my clinic, people will come be taking all these supplements and there's actually junk in those supplements that's actually making them sicker. I know, it's crazy. So whenever you look for supplements, you want to make sure that one, it has all the things that you are not supposed to be taking, like gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free, all that stuff. And you want to make sure it has the least ingredients as possible. So for example, like the vitamin D that I use has only one ingredient. This one has MCT oil. Like, how awesome is that? So this is just one ingredient. You want to make sure that one, you always check with your licensed primary care provider. And then you want to look, there's a lot of databases out there that will help you, but you want to, food-based supplements is another way that I really recommend. If it's food-based, that's the best, right?
Yeah.
And you want to make sure that I don't look for extra stuff. There's a lot of supplements with lots of extra stuff in it. If you don't need it, then we got to just take it out of our system. So we're going to quickly go through the supplements that I recommend most of my patients taking. Remember, not everybody is not like a one size fits all. So you really need to go to your doctor and figure out exactly what your individual needs may be. But so first we're going to talk about which one do we eat. So the supplements that my family and I take on a real daily basis. We're in the next videos in the weeks ahead, we're going to talk about each one of these in a little bit more detail. But let's go ahead and talk about this. Which one? What do we have first?
First, we have omega-3.
Yeah, so we have omega-3s. And if you look on omega-3s, so one first before we do. So omega-3s.
Well, omega-3s help your immune system strong, keep your immune system strong, and your joints in good condition, your brain working sharply, and heart being heart healthy.
Okay, so it's really good. It really lowers inflammation. We're going to quickly talk about that later on. But again, you really want to see that, make sure that they have enough EPA and DHA. Let's see if I can show you this here. Like, you want to make sure that they have enough EPA and DHA. And those EPA and DHA, you want to look to see at least, I know it's backwards, all of it's backwards. This EPA and DHA, you want to really make sure that at least adds up to 1,000. And here we have 600 plus 400. Yep, adds up to 6 plus 4.
Yes.
Yeah, adds up to 1,000. So here we have omega, EPA, and DHA, really critical for health. And again, there's no other ingredients on there. Here I just have beef gelatin, and that's it. And glycerin and water. The end. That's it. I give these to Abdullah will eat these. But again, there's lots of other different flavors. So you don't have to eat it right now. I didn't have water. But like, he will eat these. The kids will eat them depending on the ages. I have like liquid for the other kids. And they do. I know it's crazy. But the kids really like it. So there are a lot of different supplements for fish oil out there. The next piece of the puzzle we want to do is vitamin D. So Abdullah, can you tell us quickly what vitamin D does?
Well, vitamin D is helps with the bone health, and along with like lowering risks of heart disease, diabetes, and cancer.
Wow. Okay. Awesome. So this is, again, we want to do vitamin D. I have my patients range, when you check your vitamin D levels, I want your vitamin D levels between 50 to 70, 80 range. And remember, there's a difference between optimal and normal, so we're going to talk about that in the upcoming talks. But it's so important to get a vitamin D that is potent. And you want to make sure you want to do vitamin D3.
Yeah.
Vitamin D3. The kids like this one because of the fact that there are, there's only one ingredient in it. Others have just have just fish oil, or they just have olive oil. And in this, again, cost effectiveness for my patients is really important. So all of the supplements that I'm showing you today are really cost effective. And like, for example, I think the fish oil, I got 100 plus 90, so like 160 of these for like $20. Not bad. And then I got, I know the probiotics I get for the kids, like $16 for 60. Not bad. And then here, the vitamin D, I get, I think, $10 for, now this is what's really cool about this. Each drop has 4,000, and there are 365 drops in it. Now, how awesome is that? So therefore, I guess what, everybody in the family takes this. So we do the vitamin D. Then why don't we go ahead and talk about, so there's two different, so we have probiotics. And we talked about the whole food-based probiotics, right? So these are the ones that we take. I try to keep the non-refrigerated ones. Remember, cost effective. If you have gut issues, spore-forming probiotics are the better options. If you have lots of food sensitivity, like oxalate sensitivity or any of these sensitivities, you really want to make sure that, so Abdullah?
Yeah.
Stephanie is asking, how does the Carlson taste? We got Carlson, here we have omega-3s. How does this one do?
Well, I don't chew it. I just swallow it.
He just swallows it. And then how is the vitamin D?
Well, the vitamin D doesn't taste like anything but fish oil. So there's nothing
Besides
really.
fish oil?
Well, fish oil doesn't taste like anything.
Yeah, so they do the liquid, and also, so therefore it's really simple. So why are probiotics so important?
Well, probiotics are so important because probiotics are bacteria that line your gut and support your body's ability to absorb nutrients and fight infections. The kids also love this. They'll take this every day.
Yeah.
Trust me. They'll go crazy for it.
I got crazy for it. And again, remember we talked about the whole base nutrients. And what's really key with probiotics is that, so what's really key with probiotics is that you want to look for as many organisms as possible. Again, now there's more and more research coming up, but spore probiotics are also known as, Thrive or, Megaspore. So things like that actually increased biodiversity. But I try to do that with sauerkraut in my family. So the biodiversity, adding tons of biodiversity, I do that with the sauerkraut. So, but I do these vitamins for the kids. Again, I try to keep it, whole food based. So here, this one specifically, I love the this brand too, but it has like USDA symbol and non-GMO are all on all our supplements. So make sure that it's non-GMO, because we're not putting food that's in our bodies that are GMO. You really want to make sure that it's as clean as possible. So, and then I have ones for myself, and then I have ones for the children. The next piece of the puzzle that I feel that a lot of the patients need is magnesium, because magnesium is an important supplement for men and women health. It's needed for, supporting basically almost every function, because it's essential for about 300 biochemical functions in the body. 300. And so a lot of people have problems because of the foods that we eat. We're not getting enough of the magnesium. Again, you want to make sure that as non-GMO, you want to make sure it's clean as possible. And I get one with a combination of all of them, like glycinate. And so there's glycinate, there's all these different types. I try to do glycinate or maleate or things like that. That will help. And Abdullah likes this specifically for?
Well, sometimes when I run, I I get pain on my
or if you sometimes get
or
pain
if I
in your
get
legs.
like pain in my joints and bones or like legs and arms, I go straight for the magnesium.
Yeah, because he knows that he's having a magnesium deficiency. So he knows he's cramping in the legs, and he'll take that and it'll help.
It'll help, yeah.
Yeah. So we just quickly talked about the ones. There are obviously, no matter what you're dealing with, there are so many other supplements that you could take. And like vitamin C is really good for your hair, and B is really good for anxiety and stress. And then we have antioxidants that are good for eye health. So the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on. So it depends on how much you want to do. But I have to be completely honest with you. The people that come to my office that are on, usually have been to one practitioner, to another practitioner, to another practitioner, and they're on a lot of supplements. They're actually sicker than even starting the supplements, because of the fact that those supplements have side effects that have side effects that have side effects, not even side effects actually, but then it's like the additives that they're just irritated to. So I feel that the least supplements, the least ingredients that are in the supplements works better for you. Obviously, when somebody has a detoxification issue, that's when I start doing like NAC or vitamin C. We do B vitamins, NAC or glutathione, so depending on which one that is. If somebody's having more candida infection, more chronic infections, then I'll do, monolaurin, whatever it is. So that then comes after the basics. So what you want to start with your family today is at least vitamin D, a probiotic, if you can tolerate it. Obviously there's some situations that don't tolerate it. So if you have SIBO, for instance, you don't want to be giving probiotics or sauerkraut to those. You want to do like a more spore-forming probiotic. But start with the basics, optimize vitamin D, fish oil, and magnesium. And if you guys have any questions for us, thank you guys all for watching. This has been so much fun. And if you have any questions, please like and share this video so then we can help the world understand these supplements and really try to keep it simple as possible. And then like and share, and then we are always here. If you have questions, we'll be answering. Again, have a phenomenal week ahead. And if you're going to be hit by the storm this weekend, please stay covered up and warm. And keep your immune system as healthy as we possibly can to make sure you sleep properly. So, again, any last words?
No.
Excellent, you guys. I'll see you later. Have a great day. Thank you.